Hi guys, it's At Miss Mama Live coming to you from Megan's house today. She has graciously offered her place. So I look so shiny right now. I'm shiny, greasy, hot. She's offered her place to us tonight so that we could do a wine tasting of flipping it and sipping it, pancakes and wine. Because tomorrow morning, I am so anxious about it. I really am probably going to down a bottle. I'm having another yard sale. I make a good amount of money on a yard sale. They just take a lot of organization and planning on my part, and they're stressful and exhausting. And my husband helps out about less than this much. And he's always bugging me to do these yard sales because it helps us make a little extra cash. But it's so frustrating because he has no clue like how stressful it is on me. Like the last time I did a yard sale at our house, he sent my son out to give me a drink of coconut water. And then after like about an hour of supping back this 55-ounce thing of coconut water, I was like, wow, I'm starting to feel much better. Why? Because my husband spiked my coconut water. Because that's how stressed out I get. That's how stressed out I get. Everyone want to say hi to Megan? Hey, Megan. Megan's got it's not a brand new house. She moved into this new house.
It's old. It's 23 years old.
It's 23 years old, but doesn't look 23 years old. And she moved into this house, about a year ago?
Yeah,
About a year ago?
A year and a half.
Yep. So
Not quite.
This is my first time in her house. Are you drinking bourbon?
Bourbon and ginger. I don't know if this is mine or my husband's.
Bourbon and ginger. I told her, I said, hey, you want to taste wine and pancakes with me today? She goes, it's a bourbon and ginger night. And I said, okay, well then you're going to have to do both. That's just the thing. Yeah. So I worked really hard all day today because we were going to be doing pancakes. So we were doing 3 different flavors of pancakes, lemon, plain, and chocolate. So I worked really hard all day on getting this box of frozen pancakes so that we can throw them in the microwave and put stuff on top of them because that's how I roll today. Ask Megan, this is how I roll. So
I don't know, you're doing a yard sale tomorrow.
I'm doing a yard sale tomorrow. And I don't know if yard sales are, Megan, do you think yard sales are typically this crazy, or do you think it's just Greenville and yard sales?
I think it depends on the town. The town I'm from, Roanoke Rapids, yard sales are also very big. And now I know up north when I lived in Wisconsin, I know you lived up there.
Yeah.
They start on Friday.
Yeah, and some of them do here too. But up north, when you say garage sale, it's truly in your garage. Yeah. Here it's yard sales, and they sell stuff out of their yards. Because
probably otherwise they'd be trying to buy your garage stuff that you want to keep.
Right, and that's always something hard. I remember I was carrying a whole bunch of clothes over. I was doing a family yard sale with another family, and I was carrying all my clothes over in suitcases, and they wanted to buy my suitcases. Yeah. I was like, no, those aren't for sale.
Toaster oven.
Oh, you can throw them in the toaster oven too. Okay, happy day. Nice. Happy day. So I have to pour something in the glass. So tonight we're tasting 3 wines. We are tasting a Prosecco, a Moscato, which is a Muscat grape from Italy. It's very sweet. So that's why they kind of go good with it. Every time I think about breakfast and pancakes, what do you think about Sunday brunch with champagne, right? But you don't think about it with any other kinds of wines. I did my research, and there's not a single red wine that pairs good with pancakes.
Sure. Pancakes, get out the other cups then.
Pancakes are super hard to pair with. I was researching all over the place, and everything online is this is one of the most challenging. I'm really people don't have a problem pairing tacos and grilled cheese sandwiches, but apparently pancakes set them over the edge.
Well, I thought that was kind of weird when you said that.
Yeah. So, and then
I've never had frozen pancakes. Other than making it and freezing it myself. So I'll be curious to see how they are.
This was one of those things where it's mom needs to get something somewhat healthy into her kids that is not a Pop-Tart. I still haven't given my kids Pop-Tarts. I've got a box of them, and I'm like,
For a while there, I did do Pop-Tart for a week, and then I was like, what am I doing? So
they're so bad for you.
They are horrible. So it's
did I do a wine tasting with Pop-Tarts?
I feel like you did.
I feel like I did. I'm losing track. I'm going to write a book. I am. I'm going to write a book. So I'm going to write a book about all the crazy stuff that we taste with wine. In my spare time. Right, exactly. When I'm not yard sailing.
Yeah.
So I
saw your thing. It looked like you had a ton of clothes.
I know.
What yard sale is this?
I usually have 2 yard sales a year, one in the fall and one in the spring. And I just save my kids' clothes and I put them on these racks. And I've got a rack of girls and a rack of boys, and they're all by size.
And that's the ticket because people don't want to
rifle. So I want, and mothers would come to me saying why don't you advertise this sooner? Why don't you put it on the mommy's website? Because the mommy's website won't let me.
Did you put
Greenville
mommy's? Did you put it on the Craigslist one?
Yes, I put it on Craigslist too. So and what's going to happen is as Megan pointed out, Literally, I said it starts at 8 a.m., no early birds, and people will be at my door at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I know that because they do it every time. So, but I always say 8, knowing that they're going to be there at 6. So I will be out at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, hungover probably. Still shiny like this. Probably still wearing this. This is what I wore to yoga today. Yes, she showered.
I showered at the gym.
She showers at the gym, and she looks good, and she's got a bourbon in her hand.
I like showering at the gym now. It's very convenient.
I know, and they've got a sauna there too. I still need to try the sauna.
I don't have to clean the shower.
See, she's got a system. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that at some point.
I know, it's like because ours has the glass door, so you have to squeegee.
I know, and I don't like.
I tried to do everything.
I don't like to shower at night either because I don't like to sleep with wet hair.
Yeah, that is the hard part. But sometimes you just need a little rinse at night.
A little rinse. I think I'm gonna need a little bit more than a rinse. Okay, so where do you want me to plop this camera? Because I can't hold this stick anymore.
I know. Well, we'll be over in there.
I'm gonna be over in here.
I'm gonna go stick this in the oven.
Oh look, she's got us at a craft table. Oh, we have the same bins, my friend.
The same what?
The same bin. Look, see these bins over here? I have the same bins. Okay, don't hang up on me, people. I'm coming with my bag of tricks.
Oh yeah, let me get a different drink.
So we're gonna need forks and forks and butter probably for pancakes, and then wine. Okay, so I literally pulled up in her driveway and I was like, "Hi, I'm here." She's like, "What do you need?" I'm like, nothing. Probably just your microwave." But she's like getting all sassy using a toaster oven.
I think they'll taste better in the toaster oven.
Probably. I don't know. I'm down with that. Okay, so we're sitting at her craft table, and she's not kidding when she's saying like craft table. And I'm like, she's got a plastic covering for the craft table.
I'm markering on the table and painting it.
My daughter got a hold of our Sharpies,
Oh.
and she was coloring all over our stuff.
Wow.
And I heard apparently that you can get Sharpie stuff out with magic erasers, but you can also get them out with like whiteboard erasers.
Oh, really?
I guess. I don't know. Can I start?
Yeah.
We're gonna start with. Let's start with the champagne, or not the champagne. It's prosecco. And I know on the post I was saying prosecco and pancakes, but it's a little bit more than that because I thought we'd get a little variety in here. These are the things that they were saying. Some different flavors of pancakes can taste different with the champagnes, or I'm sorry, with the wines. This prosecco, my husband and I are really big fans of the prosecco from Costco, but our Costco is literally like 100 miles from us. So when we go to buy them, we buy like, a case of the prosecco from Costco. But today I was at Sam's Club, hence the picture with me in a 10-pound bag of pancake mix.
Oh, you have a Sam's Club? I need to go.
Yeah. And so Sam's Club now is carrying a brand called Members Mark Prosecco, and it's like $7 and change.
We'll see.
So I was curious to see how it compares to the Costco brand. My husband and I really like the Costco brand. Like I said, we are bubbly. We like bubbly. Okay, I'm just hoping. This was shaking around the back of my car, and as I was driving here, I was going, I better not get pulled over. It's coming. It's coming. Ooh. Oh shoot! I knew that was gonna. I was like, it better not be bubbling out of my car because I was shaking around. But the table caught it. Table caught it. We need a quicker picker upper.
I'm getting it.
And it's gonna seep through your table. Bounty's got the quicker picker upper. She's really slow.
Should have done that in the kitchen.
It's dripping all over my legs. Throw it at me. Oh, she's like all environmentally stuff. This is what moms do on Friday night. They sit at their kids' craft table amongst the toys, opening champagne and spilling it all over themselves after driving here quickly, in fear of being pulled over by the police. And now I'm wearing it, so not only will I have some of it in my system, I will be wearing it as well. I'm going to be a prime candidate for a DUI tonight. So yeah, good stuff. But she's like, she doesn't go out and get like the paper towels. No, she's like the green.
We use cloth napkins.
Did you use cloth diapers?
I did for Thad, yes. And I started with Meredith, and then she pooed a lot more than Thad did, so I was like, I'm done.
She pooed a lot more than he did. So I'm pouring this bubbly that just bubbled all over your floor. And it's not chilled. I was lucky enough to have she's using a wet one.
Well, see, because it gets
It's
sticky.
gonna get sticky. See, you're right.
Sticky.
My I know that you're drinking gin, so I'm not gonna pour you a big one.
That's right.
we went to Samson to get this stuff, and I was gonna leave it in the car because I was like, I'm in a couple hours. I'm gonna go see Megan. Well, I'm glad that I didn't because the stuff would have been like boiling in the car.
Gosh,
Right? It's not chilled by any means.
Cheers. Happy Friday.
Cheers. Happy Friday. It's been a
your
day.
yard sale. I don't do yard sales anymore because we don't accumulate enough to like be worth it for us to have one.
See, we're hoarders. My husband's a hoarder. And it's so funny. Like all I said to him this week was, this is what your job is. You need to go into your kids' bedrooms and find the shoes that don't fit them anymore. Not bad.
No, it's
Pretty
really
good.
not.
You're
Little
not in the
bubbles?
movie. You need to scooch in. So, she's not in the movie. We need to move back. Okay. So, I said to him, this is your only job, is that you need to go into the kids' closets and just find the shoes that don't fit them anymore. And that would just require him taking their current shoe, measuring it up to the old shoes, see which ones don't fit him. That's all he had to do. That, and he had to hang some.
I would have made him try them on.
And he hangs some clothes up on some hangers because, like I said, I have them all hung up on racks. And that was pretty much all he had to do. And I said to him too, I want you to put together a list of all the things that you're going to sell. So, we're in the process because, my husband's been unemployed.
Yeah.
We're preparing for a move. We don't know where that's going to be or when that's going to be, but we're like, let's start on getting rid of some of our stuff so that it'll be easier when we go to move. Well, literally, he came up with one thing to sell. One thing. I'm like, really? So this yard sale has nothing to do with you. You are not going to sell anything like the hordes and hordes of clothes that you don't wear, or the golf clubs that you bought that you've used once in the 10 years that we've lived here.
You can't sell golf clubs at the yard sale. They don't get any money.
I know, but I can sell them on Craigslist.
Yeah, I would sell it on Craigslist because I do the church yard sale.
She has a church. There's lots of church yard sales around.
Yeah, and so we do the church, and that's where I stick most of my stuff because it's just not worth my time. I just can't because we just don't.
But now, when you do a church yard sale, you donate your stuff to the church. The church sells it, and then the money goes to the church.
Yeah, and it goes to ours goes to a special our women's group. So then we use it for our outreach.
So it goes to their women's outreach. So for us, oh, hey Mary, how are you?
It goes to your outreach.
You have butter?
Oh, she's got.
Oh my gosh, do you turn your own butter?
No, it's just a butter bell. You know a butter bell.
I don't have a butter bell. Do you people have a butter bell? She turns her own butter.
It's a water seal. It creates a water seal, so it's at room temperature.
All the time?
All the time, but it doesn't go bad because the water seal.
Okay, do you guys see this? I need a butter bell apparently.
That's cool.
Look at that. Little butter bell goes like that, and then she said it creates a water seal, and it keeps.
Yeah,
you were there. You heard it.
Of a cup of water in there. Yeah.
I don't have a butter bell. I think I'm super sassy because I've got the little glass and plastic dish with a topper on it.
Yeah, I got that in the fridge.
So then, what do? Did you soften the
the
butter and then spread it into the thing?
I get the butter out, and I let it sit there for a few hours until it's soft, and then I just smush it in there with the wrapper.
She smushes it. All right, so she put these in the toaster oven from frozen.
Yeah.
Were there any left over?
I think there's another 2 packs in there.
Okay, so I think we're gonna try the. I don't even remember people. Someone has to.
You said lemon.
I know. There's the lemon and prosecco, and there's the lemon and Moscato, and then there was the chocolate chip so that the butter gets in. Did you see me poke holes in the pancake?
I saw you poking it. I didn't.
So that the butter gets in. It's like nooks
you.
and crannies. It's like
That's a good idea.
Now that I'm using her butter bell.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and so yeah, and then the chocolate pancakes are supposed to be
Sounds good.
what do you call it? With the port and Moscato. I could see that because usually all the chocolate pairings that I've been doing, they've all suggested, the research I've done has suggested you want to have an equally sweet wine with the chocolate.
Okay.
And I've got syrup. Oh, we'll probably need a knife for the lemons in a minute, so pour away.
All right. Well,
Well,
I'm
I
going to
said-
try it first. I just like butter too.
Do you like just butter noodles too?
Sometimes. I like buttered rice.
Yeah.
That's pretty good little pancakes.
Not bad for Walmart frozen pancakes. I'm sure they have a chocolate chip variety, but I was like, I don't know.
Lemon.
I've got lemons.
I know, I need it.
I just need a knife to cut the lemons. Okay, so that was just that was a warm up prosecco. Look at her. She's got a little cute little thing here.
That's a good sharp knife.
It's a good sharp knife and a That's about how I feel right now.
Your yard sale's gonna be so fun. I can't believe you do it twice a year.
I do.
What are you buying?
What'd you say?
I said, what are you buying that you can do 2 yard sales a year?
It's usually a lot of clothes and kids stuff. And I have friends that are like, they do yard sales. Like they'll be like, it's Friday night. Oh, hey, you know what? Let's do a yard sale tomorrow. And like, we'll wake up in a couple hours and do a yard sale. They're just that, and they do them a couple of times a year. And so they'll be like, oh, come and join us. So we'll have like, we can call it a family yard sale because that draws a bigger crowd. So yeah, so I we put out our signs, and we post on Craigslist, you post all over Facebook, tell all your friends.
Yes. The best is if you do the newspaper, but that costs money.
Actually, it doesn't.
What?
It doesn't cost money if you
have some syrup, lady.
I know. I'm trying to get it in all the little holes and crevices. This is good syrup too. It's another Member's Mark, and it's 100% pure. I didn't really know until I was older that there is a difference between 100% pure and like the Aunt Jemima fake stuff.
Well, it's high fructose corn syrup.
There's nothing wrong with corn syrup, apparently. Ask the corn syrup people of America. They'll tell you that it's just as good healthy as sugar. But yes, so although I don't have a butter bell, is your butter organic?
This is I have switched to fancy butter for the Butterbell. We were at my
Is it like that Irish butter?
Yeah, that Challenger and stuff like that. Yeah, those are good. Oh, I think this one I missed the boat on because it's usually oranger. So I think I used the wrong one in the bell this time. Sorry.
So, pancakes. Do you make your own pancakes?
The Kerrygold, that's what it is.
Kerrygold, yes.
Kerrygold.
Yes, the Irish butter.
I think it's
Do you make your own pancakes from scratch? Do you use a mix, like a powdered mix? Mm-mm. Or are you one of those that like gets the frozen ones like I cheated this night? Or are you the ones like, no, I just order them when I go out to either IHOP or Waffle House
I haven't been to one
a
of those
diner?
in years.
I love like I remember like that was my cheat meal. My cheat meal, or like even when I was pregnant, like because I was diabetic, I couldn't have any sugars or anything like that.
Oh, when you were pregnant?
When I was pregnant, and I was like, my cheat meal was to like go get like whole wheat blueberry pancakes with lemon juice on top of it from IHOP. But IHOP now has all their fall pancakes out already. Like they're like pumpkin and they're
up north it is fall.
They technically fall here now.
Technically.
Although it's 80 degrees outside right now.
A little more.
And it's soupy. Tell me about the mosquitoes.
Oh, mosquitoes are huge.
They're like flying rats.
They're just everywhere. Can't walk anywhere. Finally, we have Mosquito Joes.
Mosquito Joes are like... I didn't know that they even did this here. Hey, Mary. I didn't even know that they did this because we were from up north and we didn't have this kind of like mosquito problem. But like the mosquito problem here is so bad that they have businesses that will come and like bug bomb your whole yard for the mosquitoes. And then the ones that she uses is called Mosquito Joes.
And because we have so many trees in our yard, we couldn't walk out the door without the mosquitoes. So we have them for the summer. And they sprayed right before the hurricane. And then, this weekend we noticed we're like, mosquitoes are kind of bad. So I called them on Monday. They were supposed to come on Tuesday, but then it rained in the afternoon. And so we weren't in the morning. So I called them on Wednesday. And she's like, I'll have to reschedule you.
And like it didn't automatically just reschedule me? I have to like call in to reschedule?
I know. I was like, it should automatically reschedule me for Wednesday. But no. So I got rescheduled for Thursday. And they did come, thankfully, on yesterday. So we are pretty much mosquito free. I saw one, but that's to be expected. There are literally 5 million.
We have a creek in our backyard. And so we, I just thought it was just summer bugs. I remember like I was out last night and I was being attacked, like just walking my dog or like being out in the backyard or just taking the garbage cans out, or like my kitchen was like full of mosquitoes, and I didn't put two and two together that because of the hurricane that we had, this whole Florence deal, it stirred up so much water that pooling water has bred so many mosquitoes that we actually have state and federal funding now to like bug bomb our state because the mosquitoes are so rampant and that they carry so much disease.
They're so bad. I mean, all the kids, we went to Dad's school for lunch yesterday, and all the kids had bug bites on their faces.
What do you do when your kids have a bug bite? Like a mosquito bite? Do they ever have one that's so bad that they're screaming and crying like, Mommy, fix it, it itches?
No, they're like, Mom, it itches, or like they bled. And so I put the itch cream on it.
You have itch cream?
Yeah. Well, because I'm really allergic to poison ivy. So one time I got it really bad, so I have every itch cream they make.
I think I sprayed some Bactina on my daughter because I didn't have any. My daughter also fakes everything. She's like, boom, Mom, I need a Band-Aid.
Oh my gosh.
I need a Band-Aid. And of course, she does it every day. She comes back from preschool with the Band-Aid. I'm like, you guys gotta just, you know that she doesn't hurt herself. You know that you don't have to give her a Band-Aid. She just wants a Band-Aid for a Band-Aid.
No.
I did. I told them no too. And they're like, but we can't resist her. I'm like, yeah, you can. You can
I'm
resist
like, pretty soon, guys, if you guys waste all these Band-Aids, I'm going to use your allowance to buy you more Band-Aids for when you actually have a boo-boo.
That's what we were trying to tell our kids today because, my husband, that's another thing that I asked him to do. I'm like, you know what? Go and look up in their toy room with them today because I knew I was going to
What
get
are we drinking now?
This is Moscato.
It's nice. I like that it's bubbly.
Yeah, and Moscato normally isn't, so this is interesting. This is going to be a good pairing because Moscato is normally not a bubble, but with the pancakes and knowing that Prosecco is supposed to go really well with these pancakes. Yeah. So we knew that we were going to have to get rid of some of my kids' toys. We were going to sell some of them because they've outgrown them, right? And of course, they haven't played with them in 100 years.
But if they see you trying to get rid of it, it's my favorite.
That's my favorite toy ever, right? I sold one of my kids Elmo toys that he never played with ever in his life. I sold it at a garage sale last summer, and he's still talking about how Mommy sold it. I was like,
really?
you've never played with it in your life.
See,
literally. It was still in the box.
Wow. We had a teepee. And this is so cool. A teepee. We finally have the big enough house to put it in. And I like it a lot.
This is
It's perfect summer.
perfect end of summer.
And
Prosecco.
so Meredith saw it going, because I sold it to my friend because I never used it. And so she's like,
Do you have a problem selling this to your friends?
well, she was there. She's like, oh, I love it. I said, well, I'm about to sell it if you want to buy it. I said, I'm selling it for $10. She said, I'll take it. I said, okay. So I carried it to the door. Meredith's like, oh, it's my favorite. Thad doesn't give a hoot. So I said, okay, well, sure.
A hoot.
And so we put it away. She's crying, distract her. She has not mentioned it once. Has totally forgotten about it. I was taking some things to Once Upon a Child, our
That's our children's consignment store.
And I had some anyway, whatever.
She had some, you know what this is, Moms.
Yeah, some connecty thingy.
The beads, the connecty beads.
No, they're for building. They're not connects. They used to have the old ones, the wooden ones. Any hoozle. I was getting rid of those.
Any hoozle. I'm going to remember that.
That's a good one. Meredith's like, I love those. I want to play those. I said, okay, I'll set them aside. So I set them aside. And then we went about and did our stuff. Never mentioned them again. So I put them back in my closet to take the next go round.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they take your stuff and
sometimes they don't.
And you're like, why didn't you take this?
Right, especially clothes. They don't like to take your clothes. And every
They have
single
5 million clothes in that store.
I know, and I will tell you that and they organize it by I kind of do at my sale. Usually when people come to my sales, they're like, "Do you have a boutique or something?" I'm like, "No, I'm just that kind of mom who usually leaves my kid in the car, jumps out at this garage sale, and if I can't find something quick enough, I'm done."
So you go yard selling? You want to go yard selling with me sometime?
Well, let's go yard selling.
Not tomorrow, but
Yeah, but it's something. I'm not a huge yard sailor. I mean, sale goer, but I'm pretty decent with the yard sales. But I know what it's like being a mom.
I want to get some furniture.
Yeah, you gotta read the ads though. But because we've sold furniture and we've sold all sorts of stuff. But the big ticket items like furniture, you're gonna find you have better deals on Craigslist. But so yeah, I used to every single piece of clothing that my daughter and my son pretty much came from a baby shower or from a children's consignment or some mother gave them to me because I was like, they're going to wear it for a minute and then, turn it over. And now my kids go to private school where they have uniforms. So now it's why am I buying clothes that they will literally wear maybe Saturday and Sunday, right? Do your kids, you don't have uniforms, do you?
Mm-hmm. They have to wear khaki or navy bottoms. I think or gray too. And then you have to wear any color polo shirt. So
any color. Does it have to have a logo on it?
You can't have a logo
or
on
a crest?
No, you can't. You're not allowed. No crusting, because he had a jacket, and it was our hand-me-down jacket, and he had to take it off once he got to school. He couldn't wear it in the class if he were cold because it had a logo on it. And I said, well, I'm not buying a new jacket. I got this hand-me-down jacket. I'm not buying something. You'll just have to take it off.
This is the same woman who, like, she's my hero when we were going through all the whole, like, school supply stuff. She's like, I don't know what you're stressed about. I literally opened up my bin of stuff.
Look
and
at my
I
crayons.
took a handful of crayons and threw it in a Ziploc bag and said, here's your 24
I
pack.
counted out 30 crayons.
Oh my gosh. Look at their crayons. Look at that. Okay.
I'm not buying any more crayons.
Now I get it. Now I get it.
These are crayons from when I was a child as well.
Are you serious?
No joke. From when I was a kid too. And also, I got a big craft box. Because, you know, Rubbermaids are expensive.
Yes, they are.
So it came in a Rubbermaid. I said, it's worth it just for the
Rubbermaid.
Rubbermaid.
Mm-hmm.
So I got all this craft stuff. And, of course, there were some crayons in there. So it added to ours. And then I did buy fad crayons for kindergarten. But I said, for first grade, I'm not buying any crayons. I put 30 different colors in a Ziploc. And I wrote his name on it. The end.
I know, and I was like, she's so awesome. Because, like, my teachers at my son's school, my sons and daughter's school, were like, we need 6 packs of 12-pack crayons, Crayola brand, washable, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my gosh, really? Does it have to be that, like, specific? She's like, I threw them in a Ziploc bag.
Well,
I'm
they
like,
are all Crayola, because Crayola really is the best.
They are. But
There is no contest there.
There
you
is
might
no-
as well, if you make those, like, birthday treats for crayons that you melt them down.
Okay, she's talking about melting down a birthday treats.
Yeah, if you
I'm,
melt
like, starting to
crayons and
sweat.
make... You want me to turn on the air?
No, I'm a little bit.
We made Lego ones for his birthday party one year.
You made stuff?
Yeah. So we made Lego crayons where you mix all the stuff, and so I put it in the Lego molds and you melt it. And then
Lego molds.
Yeah, I threw the rest of them away because they don't use them. But I used all the non-Crayola crayons for that because they're just not worth a hoot.
A hoot nilly, nanny, hoot. She said it's not worth it. She said it's not worth a hoot twice, but she said something else earlier, and I was like, I'm gonna reuse that. Hoot nanny, not worth a hoot nanny, hoot nilly. You said something. I was like, that's so adorable. You're so adorable. You're getting more adorable by the minute.
I bet. Every drink.
And then you are.
I like this Moscato.
I know, right? Sam's. It was like $8. $8 at Sam's.
Well, I need to go to Sam's for reals if somebody will take me because
I'll take you.
I'm in charge of Fun Friday.
You know, it's a free boot tonight.
That's lovely.
Free boot. We have a university in town, the East Carolina Pirates, and East Carolina University, and they every time they have a home football game, they have what's called Free Boot Friday. So you go. I don't even know where Free Boot came from, but like you go and like in the town square, they usually have band and all sorts of entertainments, and they get like inflatables, and they have all sorts of like kiosks open and beer and all sorts of stuff that they sell. It's like a big old tailgate at night with like they had Paramore there last week.
Paramore.
Yeah. Paramore's a local band that has gone and went mainstream. But here, you use this one before, so you don't have to squeeze that one. But yeah, so
It's a lot of lemon.
I know I'm addicted to lemon pancakes.
I really like lemon, but I've never made lemon pancakes.
Well, I like first experienced them in Italy. Wait. You gotta
I was just
you gotta
pushing
do
it,
sugar
trying
on
to put it in there.
You gotta get some sugar. Normally you're supposed to use powdered sugar, but I don't have powdered sugar in the packet, so you're just gonna have to use
What if I
stevia.
had powdered?
And you don't need syrup, you just need this. The first time I ever had lemon pancakes, I was like in Italy, like in Sorrento, where they like grow lemons that are like as big as grapefruits. They're so good. And they will like make the pancakes in front of you and then just fountains of it will come out onto your plate.
That's tasty.
Lemon.
That's very good.
If you get like make a blueberry pancake.
Mmm.
So now if you had to,
That's very good.
I'm telling you, if you had to, would you do like IHOP or Denny's or Waffle House for pancakes?
Probably IHOP. It's been many a year since I've been to any of them. I don't know that I've ever been to a Waffle House.
It's a southern thing. We didn't have them up north. We had IHOPs.
But been to IHOP. I like breakfast food. Breakfast food's good. Denny's is good too.
Breakfast for dinner.
I like a Frisco. I like what is that? A Monte Cristo.
Monte Cristos are like grilled
Ham,
ham cheese
cheese,
with
with
some powdered
syrup.
sugar and some raspberry jelly.
Those are good. That's lemon is good.
Lemon
I like
is your
that.
friend. Lemon is your friend.
I love lemon. Now, see, after a while, if you do it in the toaster oven, they do get a little hard.
We got another we've done plain with syrup, lemon with sugar, powdered sugar, you got it.
I like the lemon a lot.
And
That's good. I've never done that before.
we're supposed to have chocolate chip pancakes, but I didn't make them, so we're just gonna slap some Nutella on it. Because chocolate chips, if they're not melted in the pancake, that doesn't count.
That's good. I think I'm going to start with the sugar.
I don't know.
We'll see how that goes.
I don't know which I like better, the Prosecco or this.
I like the Moscato a lot.
I do too.
But
What are we
with
gonna
this-
do with this mixing and matching? She's drinking, literally she's got like,
I don't know.
she's chasing her bourbon and ginger with all these wines I keep serving.
It's a good thing I don't have to drive.
And there's that.
There is.
And there's that. I'm more concerned about like the huge things I need to haul down my stairs because I am sure when I
Why
go
didn't
home.
you go? Yeah, of course you didn't do that, I'm sure.
What?
Are you guys selling that's big?
We have one of those, you know, those kid slides, those like toddler slides.
Oh, yeah.
Those big like play school toddler slides, and we've got like a train table.
Why don't you should sell those on Craigslist?
I know. I'm gonna
You'll
try. What I usually do is if I can't sell it at my garage sale or my
for the
yard
price
sale,
you want, yeah.
then I'll sell it on
Yeah.
Craigslist. Yeah.
I've got several things on Craigslist right now.
What do you got?
What have I got?
I got a bike trailer. Anybody want a bike trailer? Public service announcement. These are the things I have on sale for tomorrow. What do you have?
I've got a ladybug book bag. I've got the swimming. What are those called?
Little swimmers.
Yeah.
I've got 3 of them that are still in the wrappers. They've never been used. What else?
What else do I have on there? I've got our all-wheel terrain radio flyer.
I've got a. What do you call them? You know, they're like the little cars that they move. That like they are literally they move. You push the gas. What are they called?
Oh, a Power Wheels?
Power wheels. I got
Oh,
power wheels. I got a power
snap.
wheels.
Dad really wants one of those, but Riley will not let him have one.
Why not? They go like a mile an hour. Like they go
Well,
slower than Hurricane Florence, which is slow.
That was so slow. It was, I think the reason why he's like, well, they're not active, but then he's like, now he's like too old for it. I'm like,
No, he's not. Enzo was just riding in it today.
I know, he's like, I don't want to have to deal with the battery and blah, blah, blah. Every time we go to a friend's house,
They plug in. They recharge.
I know, but if you plug them in too long, then the battery dies.
Yeah.
But anytime we go to a friend's house with one of those, they just like play that
Heat
the
'em
whole
up.
time.
We got one off of Craigslist or one of the Facebook like online sites or whatever.
Mhm.
We got one for Easter, the Easter bunny wrap for the kids because it was like I don't know $40 or something like that.
Sweet.
And so we're like, okay, that'll work.
Yeah. What else do I have? I have some stuffed animals. You never sell those.
Never sell stuffed animals.
Never.
I know. It's
I have
sad.
like a Mickey and Minnie and some other stuff, but I think I sold some of our tractors, like John Deere ones that he had gotten.
We have train sets.
Dad doesn't really play with cars very much. He's all video game now.
That's an intellectual. Oh, is he into Pokemon?
He has all of Riley's old games, so he does Legend of Zelda and Mario. That kind of thing.
My son loves Mario, but like not necessarily even play, but like he loves watching the old Mario cartoons.
Oh yeah, Dad watches those too.
Yeah, but I'll tell you,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
yes, Ninja Turtles. My daughter has ballet lessons at through the park district, and for 45 minutes I have to drop her off, and it's only 45 minutes. So like the moms sit outside. You can't watch the kids.
Did you play in that park?
With who? I mean, it's just me. Enzo's at soccer.
Oh, he's at soccer. Well,
Yeah.
then I see.
My son's at
I
soccer.
always
My
have
daughter's
that
at
with me.
ballet, and so like we literally sit in the library, which is attached to like the, to the auditorium where they have the ballet lessons. And she's 3, and so she goes in there, and I like sitting there with these other moms, and this gorgeous, adorable little mom has her son there with him, he's like 5 years old. He's gonna be 6, and he is like knows everything about Pokemon. Like knows every Pokemon. He's got his little Pokemon. He's got the tablet and everything, and he's like, I'm evolving and I'm doing my research. I'm like, what are you talking about? And so like he sat down next to me, and over like that 45 minutes, I was like, wow, you are teaching me a lot. Thank God my son doesn't know any of this stuff because I'm not prepared for Pokemon. No.
I don't.
Remember,
know
what was it,
anything about
Pokemon Go? What was it for a while where you had, like, there was the
just
app? And
the Pokemon.
you could, like, go all over town and find stuff. Like, that fizzled fast. Like, that and Silly Bands. Remember Silly Bands?
Are those, like, not the Slap-Its? I remember those from when we were young.
Silly Bands are those bands that are, like, and they're shaped like a unicorn and you wear it like a bracelet.
Oh, I remember, yeah.
And like, kids were using them as, like, the pink ones were because you kissed me, and the black ones were because you did something else, and blah blah blah. And so, like, they started in schools. They started to ban them, and they just, but like, they were collector's items. What was a big collector's item when you were a kid? What were collector's item toys when you were a kid?
I don't know. Baseball cards? I don't know.
No.
Oh, I remember we had the Cabbage Patch Kids stickers. And the
Kids.
Trolls.
We didn't have those. We had Cabbage Patch Kids, like the actual dolls.
We had those, but you remember they had those sticker books, and you would collect the things to get the stickers to fill in these books, and some of them were really hard. That was so stupid.
We had Cabbage Patch Kids were big.
Yeah.
And
Cabbage Patch.
What were they? Garbage Pail Kids were big, like the Garbage Pail cards, but some of them were really kind of inappropriate, and so you couldn't have them at school. They were very adult. They were gross.
They were bad.
And
we didn't like those. Just the troll dolls themselves.
Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
Beanie Babies were big.
Beanie Babies. Yeah, we didn't do that.
I remember, like, one of my first. I used to work in a hotel, and I used to like plan conventions, like huge conventions for thousands of people. And we had a Beanie Baby convention come in. A Beanie. This is when, like, at the height of Beanie Baby. This is like in the 90s. Height of Beanie Baby craze, or like, as it was starting to teeter off, it was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe like how obsessed these people are with Beanie Babies.
It's crazy, and they're like, oh, this is worth so much money. Riley's grandmother is still like, she's like, here's this Beanie Baby, it's worth a lot of money, don't you get rid of it. Well, she was like, don't get rid of it for everything.
Mm-hmm. My husband's the same way. He has like Power Ranger figurines from McDonald's up in our attic. He used to work at McDonald's, and he'd be like, and take them home with him. It's like, great, what the hell am I going to do with these Beanie Babies from 1999? Not Beanie Babies, I'm sorry, Power Rangers.
Nothing. Because you know what they're worth?
Nothing.
And
Were your kids ever into Power Rangers?
No, because that has seen some. We have some from my stepbrother. He's 10, 15 years younger than I am. And he played with them for a few days, and he's done.
No, but
He's done. Which is, seeing all these old toys that they kept, I'm like, and they'll play with them for a few minutes or something, but they're not interested in them. There's no need. So I'm not keeping really any of our stuff. There's some books that I really like that I will keep in case we have grandkids.
I have some really like vintage books from when I was a kid that were vintage for me. They were like 1960s books that my mom gave. She never read to me, but like they were like passed down from families to my brothers and sisters and then to me, and they're super ancient. Like, it's a Small World at Disney World. It's like when you go there.
That was my favorite ride.
Yeah, it's like when you go there and you're like, oh my gosh, look at all this like just like quintessential Mattel 70s
propaganda.
Yes.
Because all those shows were just a commercial.
Strawberry Shortcake was one of the things that was big when I was little.
Yeah, I never got one. I always wanted one.
They smelled. They had a scent. Each
we
one
got
had a
one
scent.
for a friend for her birthday, and I was so jealous.
Angel Food Cake. She was my favorite.
I just wanted strawberry shortcake.
There was strawberry, and she had her like little sister. It was apple dumpling. And there's blueberry shortcake, and then there was Angel Food Cake. Angel Food Cake was my favorite. Did you have a Barbie? Did you ever get is your daughter into Barbie yet? Did you ever get her Barbie? My daughter's 3, and I'm like, when do I get
She has
her
all
Barbie?
my Barbies.
You still have your Barbies?
My mom had all my Barbies.
Man, I'm gonna split this pancake with you.
No, I've had plenty.
Making chocolate.
Yeah, so she has my Ken.
I never had a Ken, and I never had like the camper.
No, I never had any fancy
Or the
stuff.
Corvette. My sister used to sew clothes for me.
My grandmother would crochet clothes for them.
Yes! Yes.
So we have some of those, which is kind of cool.
Super cool.
Then we have some of the
This
twins.
is how we do chocolate pancakes. Frozen Walmart jar of Nutella.
You frozen?
Oh, the frozen Walmart pancakes.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
So then we have Yeah, we had those. We had the twins. I think there's Skipper.
Skipper didn't come along until well after me. I always I talk like this, like you are so much younger than me, and I always forget.
Oh, hold on. I had to pour some more Prosecco. I like that Prosecco.
I know, the Prosecco's some good stuff. Yeah, I always think that everybody I'm with is like super younger than me, but they're not always. Most of the time, yes. Oh, you know what happened to us the other day? This was not the other day. This is like before the hurricane came. We were at the beach. And we were at the beach. My husband was playing with the kids out in the ocean, and there was, other people a little left and right of us. And this family said to my husband, they're like, "Wow, little kids are rough, right? Grandkids are really hard, right?" And my husband's like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Well, those are your grandkids, right?" And he's like, "Nope, those are my kids." And they're like, "Props to you, man. Props to you." But because my husband, he started graying and balding when we got married, and he was like 23 when that happened. So he does look aged. But at that point, I was like, I thought that was funny because I was like, I can't believe they think you're your grandfather, right? And then I started going through this crisis myself where I'm like, holy crap, I'm old. And you know what it is? I was talking to some of my other friends, and who are of age of me, and they're like, something just happens when you get 42 or 43 where your whole body just tanks. It just happens overnight. Your body tanks. Your metabolism, all of a sudden you become gluten intolerant. You start losing your vision. You need to get a hearing aid. Just your hair starts graying. Your skin starts creping. All of this stuff starts to happen when you hit 42 or 43. You wake up one morning, you're like, holy crap, what happened? And they're right. That's how it happens. It just happens. Holy crap. You haven't had that yet.
No.
She's in
35.
And you know what's really funny?
That's mean.
No, because 30, the difference between 35 and 37 is astronomical. Just like the difference between 43 and 45 might as well be 40 and 50. Your body changes that rapidly. So now I'm in this not frantic, but I'm thinking about my grandkids now. And I'm thinking, I could potentially be in my 80s when my grandkids are born. My mom and dad were in their 80s when my kids were born. So I'm thinking, I remember being my parents can't watch my kids. They can't babysit my kids. They're not going to have a huge relationship with my kids because they're going to die. My kids are never going to remember them. So these are all things that go through my mind because I had my children so late in life. This is where Nutella comes in. Makes everything better. So, yes. So, it's Nutella. Right now, they say Nutella and the Moscato. Or the Nutella and the...
Oh, I should have had one with my Moscato.
I know. We can go back to that. We can revisit the Moscato because apparently we both really are digging on the Moscato. Okay. This is the poor man's pancake. Chocolate chip pancake. Frozen.
Maybe it's
Walmart.
the rich man's.
Maybe it's the rich man's because it is Nutella.
Mm-hmm. I just don't want to drink port.
I'll drink your port.
Yeah.
I love port.
I like it at communion.
You don't have port at communion.
That's what we do.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
We have Boone's Hill at every church. I don't spend any money on that red wine. It's Boone's Hill every time. And that's fine.
It's some kind of port.
That's not port. Port is too expensive to be giving up.
Not real port. It's the cheap port.
Even the cheap port is not cheap. And they don't serve you port when you go. How often do you now at your church?
We have
how often
communion every week.
Every week. We have
We're
communion
Episcopalian, yeah. Because we're just right, yeah. We're the less guilty version.
I did a Facebook Live this week about teaching your kids how to pray. I don't know if any of you saw that. Any of you saw that, but yeah. Because I'm doing a Bible study.
Oh yeah.
And I do Bible studies every semester. We have semesters because we always have something. Oh, who's with us right now? Hey, Dustin. Hey, Lena. Okay, so Dustin, do you remember Marion Central Catholic School? Hey, who's that?
Ugh.
What are you ladies drinking?
Not
Dustin,
good.
we've done everything. We've done regular pancakes with syrup and Prosecco and Moscato. We've done lemon pancakes with Prosecco and Moscato. And now we're moving on to chocolate pancakes with Moscato and port. See, I love port. And you know what? I could eat port and like salty cheeses all day long. My favorite port combination, I did this on one of my wine tastings, is port and cinnamon toast crunch cereal. Seriously, it will change your life. Mark my words. Homecoming tonight. Is it homecoming tonight? What the hell are you doing home, Dustin? I mean, like Marion Central, like go Hurricanes? Like Captain Kane? Like homecoming tonight? Dustin and I went to high school together. He used to make fun of me.
That was a long time ago.
He used to make fun of me, Dustin. Remember that? Mm-hmm. In accounting class. Remember that? In accounting class.
It's better with the... It's pretty good with the Moscato, which is a little surprising.
Dustin, you're in Scotland, and you're talking about homecoming in Woodstock, Illinois. Where in Scotland are you? Are you like in Aberdeen or something? Are you golfing? What's your dealio? Why are you wasting your... I mean, not like we're not fabulous, but like, why are you wasting your time with the wine tasting with us while you're in Scotland? And it's like 2 a.m. for you right now. What are you doing, man? You're drunk, aren't you? I bet you'd be pretty fun drunk. I've never seen you drunk, Dustin. Have I? I don't know if I have. Dustin and I went to high school together, went to Catholic school together.
Okay.
He's a year older than me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
surprised they didn't split you up boy-girl.
I know, right? And he dated a girlfriend of mine for a really long time. And he used to tease me. He used to tease me a lot. But I still loved him. He teased me because he loved me, right, Dustin? Let's go with that. Who would have known that 20 years later you'd be watching me get drunk on the internet? Super awesome, Dustin. You're in Edinburgh. Why are you in Edinburgh? What's the dealio? What's going on in Edinburgh? Oh, cheers. Captain Kane! Oh. Our mascot in high school was the Hurricane.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Of course, in the Midwest.
Yeah, they never have.
Like in Chicagoland, let's go with Hurricane because that's so appropriate for our climate.
Yeah. Of course, if you had one, you wouldn't want to be thinking about them. As devastating as they are.
And they suck.
They
do.
No. This is the worst one I've ever... This is the one I've been most worried about.
I thought I was going to lose everything. I thought I was going to lose everything.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to lose everything. Everything. I don't know what happened, but God seriously smiled upon me. God's really amazing. Like, amazing. Like, and I hate to say things like, because I don't think that God loves me any more or less than he loves all those other people that were affected. But I was like, wow. I feel really blessed that at this stage in my life I was not affected by that because I could not have dealt with it. I couldn't have. There's just no way. What are you doing? Ta-ta, see you. Thank you. See you later. Okay. Have fun, whatever you're doing. You're in Edinburgh. Scotch, right? Go to like Glenfiddich or Glenlivet. Go, man. Go. Like, I'll have a port here for you. You go have a Scotch for me. All right, we'll do that. That's a plan. Cheers to you, bud. Go Canes. So yeah, we've kind of run the gamut here. She threw a bunch of pancakes into her toaster oven. Can you put them in a toaster? Did it see if you actually put it in a toaster?
They said you could put it in a toaster.
You actually put these frozen Walmart pancakes into a toaster, or you could
which I would believe, yeah.
She put it in her toaster oven, and we had plain with the syrup
with butter
and butter. You got
that's a good skill.
Nooks and crannies.
I like that.
Then we did lemon.
Yeah, I like that. I never had that
And
before.
then we did Nutella.
I learned a lot of things tonight.
I'm so wise.
So what?
So wise.
Oh, so nice.
And so there's something else that we were talking about. We're like, when men get older, they call them distinguished.
Indeed.
And when women get older, they just kind of get old, and they're like become hags, or they just crones, right? But like, there's not a really good word to describe.
Unless you're a cougar, and that's
a cougar. Yeah, I don't need to be a cougar, but like, there needs to be. And someone, what did she say? There was another woman who chimed in. Like, I put a post out there about that. I was like, I don't understand why we don't have a word for those women who are seasoned And
I almost feel like they call
wise.
it handsome.
She said wise. She's like wise. But even then, that kind of feels mythological. Wise like a
It's a hard word
wizard.
to spit out after.
Mythological. That's 5 syllables, man. I could walk a line. I could walk a line and beat a breathalyzer right now. This is what happens when, and we were talking about this. We're like, wow, you know, at this point in my life, I could drink a 20-year-old under the table. Because you know why? Because I have 2 kids that are 2, 3, and 6 years old, and nothing trains you better in life than having a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old to help you build up a tolerance. So you 20-year-olds who think you got sassafras going on in those pencil skirts and your straight leg leggings, you ain't got nothing on this mom bun and yoga gear. Because I could drink you under the table and I could drive you home. Maybe not legally, but I could drive you home. You know? I was working a gig with some people. And yeah, she pushes the Nutella towards me because she knows me. I was working a gig and was there with a bunch of 20-something girls, 20-something-year-old women.
That's unfortunate.
No, because like I never have ever felt like I didn't belong with the 20-somethings. Or, you know, I just kind of felt like I could like blend in or whatever. Like, you know, there was the point where like I got rejected and they got almost rejected at the door. And they had to get their licenses checked and everything, and they didn't even bother to card me, kind of thing. And then, like a week later, I got a text from them all going, ha ha ha, isn't it funny that everyone at the event thought that you were XXX's mom? I was like, I don't need to hear that.
No.
I don't need to hear that because you're going to send me to the plastic surgeon to get this fixed. And send me to the trainer to get this fixed. Send me to Peach to have her hurt me in Barfit. How was Barfit is
How come you have to leave?
beauty bar. What do they call it? No, bar. You know, we call it, and every time I say Barfit, everyone's like, you're barfing?
Oh.
Barfit. And they call it, what do they call it? Pure bar. Pure bar. Pure bar and Barfit are like the same thing. So...
Less money.
Our gym includes bar fit, whereas you have to go to a studio to do pure bar.
And pay a fortune, I would
And
assume.
pay a fortune, right?
Be some bitches, right?
Biatches, super biatches.
So, I heard my friends who did ballet. She went to one. And she said the girls were really mean.
I'm just gonna wait right there. So we usually on Fridays the 2 of us do both like yoga. It's a yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi mix called Body Flow. We do that, and then we usually do Bar Fit right after that. So I left early from Bar Fit because I am with my trainer again. My trainer had said, I don't care what I know that you're, and he checks my diet every day. Like I have to send him my meal plans every day.
Tonight.
I have to send my meal plans in every day, and I go and I train with him every day. And like he says to me, "That's cool if you want to do your wine tasting." I never tell him that I'm eating like pancakes, or like last week, handfuls of jelly beans with the wine. But he had said, you know, that's fine because like I get it. Like you need to have, I get it, you know. And so he's like, you just need to kind of prepare for that. So that means you got to do X, Y, and Z on Friday, and we have to do X, Y, and Z on Saturday. And part of the X, Y, and Z is cardio. And so that's why I was like, I had to leave bar.
You should have come early and come to a combat.
I don't do combat. There's body combat, and then there's like spinning where they yell at you. I can't handle when they yell at you.
See, I've been to 2 RPMs. And
I know one of the
yelling.
I know one of the RPM instructors. RPM is spinning. And I know one of them, and because her daughter's in my daughter's ballet class, and we sat there together.
Rachel?
Sat there together the other night, talking about how she was going to be teaching her RPM class. And I just can't do it. I can't because you're going to yell at me. And you know what? And I was like, and my crotch hurts. My crotch hurts when we do.
It hurts the hoo-ha.
It totally hurts the hoo-ha. Even if you have a gel seat, that's just like a Band-Aid. It totally does. And she's like, what does she call it? The thunder crotch. She's like, crotch of steel. She calls it something. There's a term for it.
I see you have to go 3 times.
More than 3 times. You need to
Similar,
go. You need to go to it for 10 days straight in order for your crotch to assimilate to the pain. And then it just numbs it. But there's an actual term for it. Someone who's out there.
Well, there's that one.
Hey, Chris Stratton. Chris Stratton, do you do spinning classes? And what is the term where it's like iron crotch? That's what it is. It's like iron crotch. They call it iron crotch when your crotch assimilates to the bike seat after doing a spinning, and not just one spinning class, but you have to do a lot of spinning classes.
They say 3.
To the point where your crotch goes numb. So that you don't feel the pain anymore. And I've even borrowed people's gel seats.
I know. Stasha gave me one.
Stasha gave me her gel seat too.
Bless her heart.
Bless her heart. But it was
still painful.
I'm sorry. That is just too much for this crotch to handle. So they call it thunder crotch or iron crotch. Wait, Chris said, hell no, you don't do it? Okay. You don't do that. Do you do any do you do combat? She does body combat. But again, body combat's one of those classes where they scream at you. Come on, you pussies! Kick it higher!
She doesn't. Have you taken one
she's
with
never
Lisa?
seen the P word. She's never said the P word. She's like,
have you taken one with Lisa?
Yes. Lisa
is so encouraging.
Come on, you can kick it higher! Come on, you can do it faster! I don't need to be screaming. Please don't scream at me. You're going to cry.
No, Lisa is amazing.
Does spinning include I know. Does spinning include a wine bottle? That's my kind of spinning class. Christy Stratton used to be we were in the same class in high school. I think it's really funny that a lot of the viewers that I have on this are my friends from high school. They're people that I know from high school. Mm-hmm.
No, Lisa Ellis is amazing.
Lisa yells.
She yells encouragement. She's very encouraging. She's not yelling at you to do. You're crazy. You need to try it again.
I agree. She goes by Chris now, but when we were in high school, she was Chrissy. Chrissy Stratton has 3 daughters. How old are they, Chrissy? I don't remember how old they are. I had my kids super late in life. Mine is 3, and 6.
Listen, you need to come Monday morning, 9:30, and do combat again with me.
I can do combat. I can do it.
I know you can do it. She's not yelling at you.
I can do.
She's yelling encouraging. She's yelling Bible verses at you, okay?
She does yell Bible verses.
She does.
17, 15, and 13.
Good gosh.
PMSL. Okay. 17, 15, and 13. Imagine where you are in your life right now, Chris. Having a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old.
She did.
No,
and she had one more.
No, she had a 17, a 15-year-old, and a 13-year-old.
But they were at one point.
Yes, but not when she was 43 going on 44 years old. Thank you very much. You know what her response was? Hell no. Nobody prepared me for the fact that this was going to be the most exhausting thing for a 40-year-old to go through. And I didn't start to feel exhausted probably until, oh my gosh, what the hell was I thinking I always say to myself every day, if God wants to give me another one, I'll have another one. I don't know what I would do if I had another one. Thank God is the Almighty and knows what's best for me, because he's not going to give me another one because it's going to be way too much for me, because I am so much of a hot mess struggling with my 3 and 6-year-old. I'm trying to think. Okay, so
I could not do 3.
If there's 17, 15, and 13, Christy, that means you had them when you were how old? 20-something? You were 20-something when you had them, right? Oh my gosh.
I was 28 when I had that.
I was 37 when I had my first kid.
I can't imagine. That would be so tiring. I was more tired when I had Meredith at 31 or whatever.
I didn't think so. I thought it was all right, I'm always been a high energy person, but I was now, again, it's 40. What am I now? 43. 43 hits you like a freaking brick wall. levels you to the ground. Put this in the mental bank, 30-something friend of mine. That 42 and 43, your life is going to flip. Like, you know how they say that, like, 3-year-olds are hell, and then when they turn 4, like, some sort of light switches, and they just change. 3 is hell, and 4, they wake up one morning. Well, you know what I mean. But like, there's that like transition between 3 and 4, where like all of a sudden they just become totally different people, and their whole lives have like completely matured or changed or whatever.
Better, yeah.
42 to 43, your life will be like boom,
For the worse.
boom, and I wasn't ready for it. And you know when I realized all this, probably within the last month. Right, Chris? What does it say? I had them all between 28 and 31. And you know what? Between 28 and 31 is like the average year. I mean, those the average time that everybody has their kids, right? I just had mine super late in life, and I you know, that's the way God wanted it. But like, my gosh, like if I could do it again, like I think to myself, because I remember thinking like, I want to have a career established. I want to like have like experience life now. I wasn't thinking like, I'm never going to see my grandchildren be born because I'm going to be dead before they're born. Like, I didn't think about these things when I had my kids at 37. I think it was 37 when I got pregnant. I might have been 38 when I had my child. I don't even remember. But that's part of the Alzheimer's kicking in. Who's that? That is Chris. What is it? They are all 20 months apart.
Ooh.
And I'm glad they all get along.
Mine are 20 months apart.
Better
That's
than you and
tough.
your sister. Oh, you and your sister got along okay. Unless things changed, you know, since we graduated. But you and Beth were good. But they all get along good, right?
That helps.
And Joy's here. Joy! Our friend Joy. Did you ever meet Joy Burkholder? I'm sure you have. Everyone in Greenville has met Joy Burkholder. Joy is one of our Greenville favorite moms because she's a crazy hot mess with me, and she's like originally from Florida.
Oh, that yes.
Yes, and she literally left here, and like kind of left her family because didn't leave them, but she like she went ahead of her family to support hurricane relief for the Keys because her family is from the Keys of Florida. So it was a really big deal for her to go down and like do a whole bunch of disaster relief for them and stuff. And now, now she's like working all of that stuff out, but it's just like amazing that she just did that. She just kind of picked up and said, "My family in the Keys needs me, and the community in the Keys needs me." Like those people that like kind of picked up and went to Haiti and like I'm gonna heal the sick in Haiti, and I'm like, I'm gonna open a packet of Oreos. So,
cheers.
That's bad luck to toast with an empty glass. So I gotta fix that right away.
Yeah.
How does your family say toast? And
We go cheers.
you say cheers?
The kids like to
Do you say anything else?
Not yet, no.
Yeah, because every language has a different way to say cheers. And I would like to say that I am a person of languages, and I know how to say cheers in a lot of different languages. But one of my favorites is to say it's Prost, because that's the kind of where it kind of all originated. And they have a special way of like clinking their glasses when they do it. It's like it has to hit at the bellies of each of the 2 glasses. It has to make a special sound, and when they do it, it kind of sounds like a Prost. And it's Prost, and it's very like guttural. That's a 43-year-old's word. Guttural. She's got an empty glass, and that's bad. That's taboo. You don't want to. That's actually bad luck if you toast with an empty glass. I still adore her for the fact that she's drinking this wine and chasing it with a bourbon and ginger. Adore her.
I'm gonna go running tomorrow. Hey, I'll be running in your neighborhood. I should come. We'll come by your house.
Like before, I knew her really well. I'm like, I knew her, but like I didn't know her super duper well. I'm like, I swear to God, I just saw Megan running in my neighborhood, but she doesn't live anywhere near here. And I come to find out, she does. She regularly comes running in my neighborhood. Are you going with your friend?
Yes.
I don't run.
But now she's gonna move in the city, and so I guess
In the city? What city is that?
in Greenville. She's still gonna move.
The city. I thought she was like, she's gonna move to Raleigh?
No.
She's gonna move to Chapel Hill?
Within the
She's
city.
gonna move to Durham? No, she's moving to Greenville.
She's moving within the city. And
It's like Green Acres. Did you ever watch Green Acres ever in your life?
I remember
Green Acres is the place to be.
I remember seeing that.
Fine
The
living
theme
is
song.
the life for me. Yeah. It was like the rich, wealthy billionaire who wanted to move back to the country, and his wife, Zsa Zsa Gabor, who just was like, darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue, right? Greenville is not Park Avenue, people. It's tobacco, pirates, and barbecue.
Beer.
It's a bunch of rowdy college students. I love them. Because none of them are mine. That's right.
So but yeah, I guess we still, it's a good neighborhood for running in.
She likes to run in my neighborhood. I don't run. I wish I did. I wish I was one of those women who like love to run. Like, Chris, do you like they're all 20 minutes apart, we knew that. Okay. So like do you run or do any kind of exercise? Like her and I are in the gym like all the time, but like I could never run. Like I don't ever get that runner's high, and if I ever have, it was never much enough of a high for me to want to do it again.
Oh, I loved it. I love running with friends, and you get to talk the whole time, and then when you get just being together.
I thought that you're supposed to be running and not talking.
Oh no, there's talking. There's ton of stuff. You talk about everything when you're running. I mean, you're running for hours together.
We just talked for an hour over wine, and I didn't have to run. Someone from the 847 area code in Lake Bluff, Illinois calls me like every day. And my ringtone is, I can make your hands clap. Yeah.
For everybody.
For everybody. My husband has a different ringtone.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so here it is. 6:15 on the East Coast. It was 5:15 in Chicago, where this call is coming from. I'm like, why do these people call me every night? You know, I don't even want to answer it because it's gonna like then, you know, like it's like with those telemarketers. Like once you answer,
my phone has a thing where you can report it as spam and it won't ring again.
Yeah, but like but whatever it is, like if you ever answer it,
Your credit
like
card is fine.
Yeah,
We'd
or
like
like
to call you.
We are calling you because the IRS is auditing you, and this is dire emergency, and blah 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 blah. Or it's like it's just something so. But the second you answer it, it's like the calls become more frequent and worse.
Oh.
Yes, so you don't answer. So I don't know who you are from Lake Bluff, Illinois, who's calling me, but I don't want what you're selling, and I'm not answering because I'm too busy hydrating on a Friday night in spectacular metropolis of Greenville, North Carolina, with pancakes and Prosecco and Moscato and port. So we know port was not one of her favorites. I thought I would have loved it a lot more with the chocolate, but I didn't.
It was good with Moscato.
Okay, I know. But like, of all of the pairings we had together tonight, what would it be?
I did really like the lemon with the Prosecco.
You like the lemon versus the Moscato?
I mean, I really liked the Moscato a lot. But it was good with the lemon, but it was nice to have the sweetness from the sugar
with the
Prosecco.
Yeah, like the lemon pancakes with the Prosecco, or the lemon pancakes with the Moscato, but primarily the Prosecco. Good stuff. And like I said, this is a Members Mark, which is a Sam's Club $7.99 bottle. Not bad. And the pancakes, again, were from your local neighborhood Walmart. Breakfast for dinner.
Although we should really try and buy from Target instead.
She's a Target bitch.
Yeah. Try not to give the money to the Walmart.
I'm all about the Wally.
You can't. They don't give their workers a living wage.
Never cheat on my Wally.
I read the Walmart
are you
book.
Are you an Aldi or a Lidl?
I'm a Lidl.
See, I'm an Aldi. I'm a Walmart. And a
Lidl
Aldi.
is amazing. They have $2.99 brie, and it's delicious. It's making me fat.
$2.99 brie, people. It's delicious brie. Because you can't live without brie.
I cannot when it's $2.99.
I know. My husband's addicted. It's like my husband and I are in this like clash of the titans going on right now because I'm all about Aldi. He's all about Lidl. Like he went to Lidl and he bought like 6 boxes of yogurt tubes, you know, like the plastic
Go-Gurts?
the Go-Gurts. He bought like 6 boxes of them because they were on sale. And of course I have like 5 pineapples in my house, and like whatever is on sale at Lidl, he's all about it. He's on like on their like mailing lists and all of that.
You know what
There's an Aldi right across the street from my Walmart. And get all done. Happy.
Dad really likes the shrimp cocktails.
Really?
Loves the shrimp cocktails, and they have been 50% off at Lidl the last week. I've gotten 2.
Do we have Lidl's up north? I think I
think they're coming in slowly. They might be
I
coming
know,
in through the
Lidl's
south.
like a European thing. Why would they come to the south first?
I don't know, but we're so lucky that.
But you guys have like fresh markets and stuff. What do you have?
Oh, I love our fresh
You don't,
markets.
Chrissy. You don't have Lidl's up there. Do we have an yeah? We have an Aldi in Crystal Lake, or we used to. But yeah,
We used to, but the
Lidl's are like a higher end Aldi.
Yeah, and cheaper. Their produce is better. It's
Produce
actually
is
edible.
good.
It's
I
not.
love
it
my
wasn't,
Aldi.
See, I've been to the
The
Aldi.
Aldi on the 10th Street
Yeah.
versus the Aldi on the Memorial.
Yeah, I hate that you have to put the quarter in for a cart. That's annoying. I mean, do you always have a quarter? No. Do you have to put it in? Blah blah blah. Stick the key in. No. And every time I've been to the Aldi, the produce should have been thrown out yesterday.
I am old school. Old school is that you always keep a $20 bill under the floor mat of your car, and you always have quarters in your purse if you ever have to call for an emergency. And you always have the $20 under the mat in your car in case you need to have gas. 20 for the car, quarters for the phone calls if you're ever in an emergency.
No, the Aldi
Yeah.
just
So of
has
course, I
always-
always have a quarter at the Aldi.
And I like that the Lidl always has some certain staples that you don't find at Aldi.
Oh.
You're always gonna find
Lidl always has some really fantastic like European stuff.
and they have really good like European cheeses
Chocolates.
and chocolates. Yes, their chocolates are really good, and they
Mm-hmm.
also always have really fun freezer selections. You never know what you're gonna find in the freezer aisle at Lidl. And I have just found they have a pineapple and curry quinoa veggie burger, and it is really good.
She's here 35.
Yeah.
She's 35. And her excitement is the lead.
That's right, it is. You know what else is fun? Is Friday because you get to see the Evic specials.
That's Harris Teeter.
Yeah, the Teeter.
Evic. You guys don't have the Teeter up north, but yeah, we have the HT, the Harris Teeter, where we get Evics.
And I know you're excited about
One
that
of our
too
grocery
because there's 3 free things on
I
Saturday and
know.
Sunday.
Our local like grocery store is called Harris Teeter, and like on Saturdays they usually have like a free
Saturday and Sunday.
It's like it's the Harris Teeter, and for whatever reason they call it. Is it the VIC or is it the very important card?
Very important customer.
Very important customer, right? And so like if you register with them online or whatever, on Fridays they send you this email that says this is all the stuff we're gonna have sale only on Saturday, and these 4 things we're gonna have for free on Saturday.
3.
There's 3. There's like a yogurt. No, it's a cottage cheese. Cottage cheese, like a fruit roll up.
And a Hormel Complete, which we can use to hopefully give to some Florence relief.
And yes. And you know what? That's exactly it. Because right now, like that's the time where you like go in and you get this free stuff, even if you don't need it, because you give it to the people that need hurricane relief.
Yeah. What was the third thing?
I don't even know, but it's like, but every set. But then you know what? You got to get there first thing on a Saturday morning, or they're all gone, right? And they don't give rain checks for the Evics.
They don't.
I
don't know.
I've never ever missed out on it because I'm usually there pretty damn early.
Yeah, I'll go after I go running.
I won't be going because I will be up yard
You'll be
sailing
yard
at 6 a.m.
sailing.
People
I'll run. We might run by you. I don't know.
run by me and see me sitting there like this. I can't stand
How
yard
much do you guys
sailing.
usually make on your yard sales?
I make anywhere from $500 to $1,000 on my yard sales.
You know, our church yard sales, which we collect stuff from all our parishioners, we usually make about $2,500 and
Yeah.
hold them once a year.
Yep.
You buy too much stuff.
I don't buy too much stuff. I get all my stuff on consignment, and I just never I always I saved, especially with my son. I saved all of his stuff, thinking that I'm gonna have another baby. I'm gonna have another son. Never did. So I have all this stuff, and then my second child came, and I'm like, well, I can't sell this stuff because she's gonna use it now, right? So I just have stuff.
But you have 2 a year.
I do. I have 2 a year. But look at all the clothes. Like if you guys saw my Facebook post, I have like racks and racks of clothes. Because I buy clothes for 50 cents a piece at the consignment store.
You still buy too many clothes.
I know, I totally do. But that's okay.
She had many racks.
I have many racks. I have many racks. So all of you interested moms, come to my yard sale tomorrow. I will be there. I'll have coffee and
Don't
bottled
pay more than
waters.
50 cents because that's
And
what
I
she
might,
paid for it.
I might have some Kahlua in that coffee for you.
God,
awesome. And it's seriously, it's so organized. All you have to do is come in and go, okay, I want to see the two T's.
Rack looks amazing.
I need to see the 2 T's for a girl. And
it's like going to Gymboree.
People come to me and say, wow, do you run a boutique or something? No, I'm just that anal. Because I know that that's what I would want.
I know, it's amazing because you don't want to have to rifle through the
No rifling allowed in my place because I have it way organized. Speaking of which, I'm looking and we've been on for over an hour now and we probably should go because we ate all the pancakes and I'm going to not eat this entire tub in front of you. This will be happening behind closed doors. And I have to get home because I have to haul things downstairs into my garage and get it prepped because I have to be out and ready at 6 a.m. tomorrow for the 8 o'clock start of my yard sale because that's how they do it here in Greenville. You tell them 8 a.m., no early birds, and they show up at 6 a.m.
They'll knock on your door, you know.
What time are you running tomorrow?
7.
She will see me at 7 a.m. tomorrow.
I'll be sure to run by you.
Hey, Kim, how are you? Woodstock, McHenry, Crystal Lake, woo woo. Kim, what's going on? What are you doing? Kim, Chris Stratton. I said Kim. I was like, wait, where is there a Kim Stratton? Oh, they do. They have all these in all those different cities, right? That's right. See, they didn't have them when I was still living there. All right, I'm going to bury myself in this tub of Nutella in an effort to sober myself up before I get in my car, drive across town, and
we live like 10 minutes.
Drive across town and shove a pizza in my kids' faces. So while I am trying to get ready for a yard sale tomorrow, drive across town, shove a pizza in my kids' faces, and get ready for my. I will literally have to be up at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning.
5:30. What are you gonna like? Take
Those
a shower?
racks are not easy to haul out to the street.
I see. I gotcha.
They're racks. If you have looked at my Facebook pages,
I know they're beautiful.
Racks.
It's like professional.
It's like a boutique. I have them organized by like pajamas and summer wear and winter wear, all within the size and sex of your child.
Wow.
Come buy from me. Yeah. Well, I think I might have to have at least one more drink before I go. So while that happens, and I'm having this for dinner, y'all have a fabulous Friday. And if you're local, please come see me at my garage sale tomorrow. And
Yard sale.
That's right, we don't call them garage sales here. Yard sale. Come see me at my yard sale tomorrow. And we'll be back next week. What do you want to taste next week?
Liverwurst.
Sure. We've been talking about liverwurst since like months ago. We need to have liverwurst sandwiches. I know y'all are probably going, liverwurst. That's something
Delicious.
Totally of our childhood. And she talks about eating liverwurst sandwiches.
With pickles and cheese.
Like, seriously, that sounds heavenly right now. Heavenly. So maybe we'll do that next week.
Yeah, Riley's going to be out of town. It'll just be me and Meredith. So you and Zana can come over.
But Riley's going with who?
Thad camping. Boy Scout. Cub Scouts.
Boy Scouts camping. Da, da, da. We'll be drinking. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Indeed.
How awesome. So, all right, well, thank you for hosting.
Cheers.
Prost. Steaks. Chin chin.
Salute.
Salute. 6,000 other ways to say. Cheers. Hydrate. Thank you for joining us. Take care of yourselves, guys. Momming sucks and it's hard, but it's beautiful and painful and
Worth it.
worth it.
Especially when Daddy has the kids.
Daddy has the kids. Daddy has the kids. But we have them most of the time. But that's okay. Just Friday nights make up for it. So thanks, guys. Have a great night, and we will catch up with you. I'll probably do another Facebook Live sometime during the week. Topics are welcome. Throw them at me. Otherwise, join us next week for wine and something, and give me a heart or a like, share this with friends, whatever. Come drink this again Friday night, because it kind of dulls the pain. We love you very much. Cheers to moms. Have a great weekend.